The Batman villain movies in the works. There are many bad guys who have opposed the Gotham hero in the films. Batman fought the villains with an endless charisma and charming expression. Hello guys! Welcome back to Marvel Universe, where we talk about the releases, facts, and news of Marvel. Our excitement for Matt Reeves The Batman, which will hit theaters soon, is at an all-time high. It holds the record for having the most great villains in a single Batman movie. Even if you might be familiar with the majority of them, there might be one that you overlooked. We are going to list the most fiery villains, which were in the past, and the new villains Robert Pattinson will face in The Batman. The book superhero of all is the one behind the billionaire Bruce Wayne, from the imagination of Bob Kane and Bill Finger for DC. The reasons are obvious. He's one of the few who doesn't enjoy superhuman powers, but instead uses high-tech gadgets. The villains make the hero and help the boy Batman a lot to become what he is. If we went by the comics, we would never end. So let's take a brief tour of the classic film world of The Dark Knight and see which Gothic villains are the most memorable, for better and for worse. The first one is Bane. Jeep Swenson went out of his way to be tough and menacing, as the faithful mutant spawn of Poison Ivy, a goofy take on the classic villain. But that's up to the director, not the brawny fighter. Let's face it, it didn't work out like Bane, a genius tactician who, in the comics, was able to take down Batman through guerrilla strategies and psychological attrition in Fall of the Bat. The second popular one is Matt Reeves. Arnold Schwarzenegger shows us a performance that goes beyond overacting, with a unique manic-depressive character for Mr. Freeze, which is not repeated in any other iteration of the Dark Knight's works, except perhaps in the animated Batman series from the 90s. The fact is that Schwarzenegger is simply not an effective Mr. Freeze, because more than a blood-curdling terror, he provokes embarrassment. A pity, one would think that with the experience of him playing a heartless robot, he could have shown us a more sinister Mr. Freeze. Next in line is Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy, another villainous figure from Batman and Robin. Coincidence? We wish. But the truth is that the direction of this installment was experimental, to put it kindly. Not surprisingly, Burton's disengagement from the saga gave birth to this cinematic snafu. Still, Uma Thurman doesn't stray far from the original spirit of Poison Ivy, and is the most compelling and deadly villain in the current anti-Batman lineup. Watch the one with two faces. Even with Tim Burton's interference in the production, this Joel Schumacher film shows an evident decline in quality and direction, which tries to imitate Burton's extravagance. A clear example of this is Tommy Lee Jones's Two-Face character, who looks like a Burtonian shell without essence. Tommy Lee's villain hits the nail on the head for Harvey Dent's misshapen look, but that's about it. He fails to show the character's inner conflict, as Dent, the villain's good side, is absent or useless, referenced. What about Steppenwolf? Actually, Steppenwolf is not, strictly speaking, a Batman villain. Rather, he could be considered a character from the New God series, an enemy of Mr. Miracles, and even Superman. Even so, the gloomy Steppenwolf by Ciarán Hinds, shown during the invasion of Earth, is a clear cinematographic reference to the Justice League reboot, with hints of The Dark Knight Returns, making him a very Batman-esque character, despite its classic reference to the Superman universe. Another on the list is Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is something of an honorary Joker, an evil, degenerate genius who goes to great lengths to get Batman to break his code of honor, albeit killing Superman in the process. The only thing this character resembles Luthor is in his desire to wipe Superman off the face of the earth. Mind you, he's a pretty good Joker and fits right in with the death of the family mythology. Next on the list is Max Schreck, a clear homage to the eponymous German actor, legendary interpreter of another iconic bat, Nosferatu. Max Schreck, played by Christopher Walken, is the prototypical Gothic businessman, the source of the true evil in Gotham City, the one found in normal people. Despite the fact that the Penguin and Catwoman steal a camera for their visual spectacularity, Max gives skeleton to the plot and becomes a common thread of the dynamics of betrayals and a grotesque search for power, aimed at taking over Gotham. Liam Neeson taps into his paternal side to play Batman's most insidious mentor and antagonist, Ra's al Ghul. The Demon Head. In the comic, he is an ineffable engine, being a fundamental part of legendary plot arcs such as Death in the Family, although it was not known at the time, Hush, and Batman Incorporated. While Ra's isn't as visually stunning as the other Batman villains, his lethality and the global impact of the League of Assassins elites make him a must-see villain. In the film Joker, the Joker, voiced by Mark Hamill, serves as an extension of the world of Batman animated. He's a goofy, gloomy character who, at times, outdoes live-action actors in all his psychotic glory. Notably, Hamill was featured prominently as the Joker in both the animated Batman and Sony's multi-million-dollar multiplayer video game DC Universe Online, continuing this terrifying incarnation of the Joker. Another animated Joker, voiced by Zach Galifianakis, is a deceptively ridiculous character, as he has serious implications for the Joker's degenerate nature. Nodding to the Arkham Asylum one-shot comic. In fact, the strange, simple, and, let's face it, childishly egotistical aspect of the Lego Batman is what saves this Joker from turning what should be a children's show into a comic for adults. Blessed be this comic vent Batman. Let's know more about the Riddler. If the Riddler ranks so highly on this list, it's because Jim Carrey really captures that arrogant, highbrow essence of the classic villain. On the other hand, the Riddler of Batman Forever is too pragmatic a villain, because attacking your enemy financially is the most boring thing you can do and is unworthy of a true Gotham villain. Even the Teen Titans of Teen Titans Go understand that. Heard about Michelle Pfeiffer as a Catwoman? Michelle Pfeiffer delivers an inviolably convincing performance as the villain. Rarely before her, and never since has a more villainous Catwoman been seen or more victimized by Gotham's influence and her monsters, of which she, ironically, is a part of her. Now, Aaron Eckhart as Two-Face. The Dos Caras acted best achieved to date. Aaron Eckhart is a compelling white knight and a real monster in his role as Harvey Dent. Dent's fractured mind takes precedence in the film, but his presence, even in his darkest moments, is evident. Now let's talk about the new villains. The Batman stars Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, the first Selina Kyle to appear in a major motion picture since Anne Hathaway in The Dark Knight Rises. We can see that this interpretation of the feline fatal is highly reminiscent of Frank Miller's Batman. She is an expert cat burglar on the streets. Even Catwoman's outfit from 2022's The Batman resembles a combination of the late Darwin Cook's early 2000s appearance and David Mazzucchelli's homemade cat mask from Year One. Her romantic involvement with the Bat is a crucial aspect of her character, as it is with most outstanding Catwoman relations. Additionally, Bruce Wayne, which appears to be unaltered in Matt Reeves' universe. In Batman's universe, Catwoman has always walked a fine line between being a villain and a hero. That seems to be unchanged in the Batman. We are eager to witness Zoe use that whip. The next one is the Penguin. Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot was one of the first masked criminals Batman encountered after the Joker, but you might be more familiar with him as the Penguin. In 1940, he made his debut on the pages of Detective Comics. However, it has been 30 years since Batman Returns that we have seen the dapperly attired villain with a bird theme on a large screen. While Oswald in the comics is simply a strange-looking man with a bent for a villain look, Tim Burton's Penguin was a mutant, one who simply has an obsession with birds. Not that Batman can be too harsh on this bad guy. The Penguin in the trailer for Batman resembles the comic book version a lot more. All thanks to a fantastic makeup job that completely obscures Colin Farrell's natural features. According to Matt Reeves, Penji is not a man with flippers, but rather a large beat underworld ruler. We like him precisely the way he is. We are hoping Farrell does that penguin cackle perfectly, especially given that when he reappears in an HBO Max spin-off series, we'll see a lot more of this Batman villain. That's it for now. Who do you think will be the next villain in the Batman movie? Any guesses? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to Marvel Universe and press the bell icon for the latest updates of Marvel. See you in the next video. Till then, stay safe.